In celebration of the fall season, I'm going to be talking about Coraline, one of my favorite movies and a yearly rewatch for me around this time, and a movie filled with so many hidden details and fun facts that a full video would run longer than the movie. So here's some fun facts and some eerie facts to remember next time you watch this movie. So not long ago, people believed there was a chance of a Coraline 2 with its release in theaters, which led to a reignited fire in the community, sparking many discussions, including the thought of an R-rated live-action version of Coraline. But did you know it was originally intended to be live-action? So Henry Selick, the director of Coraline, actually met with the author Neil Gaiman before the book was even published, and Henry instantly fell in love with the unpublished pages, going to Bill Mechanic to start the writing process. However, Bill had an output deal with Disney, which didn't allow him to do animated films, but they decided to go with animation because they feared it would be too gimmicky and scary.
You know, I was writing the cat talking, and I felt this would be better as animation. We've already seen too many talking cats in live action. It's going to be gimmicky. It was also going to be maybe too frightening as live action.
Which, yeah, would have been terrifying, but awesome. But no, definitely not a kid's movie. Also, fun fact about Henry Selick, Coraline's parents are named after his parents. They don't have names in the books, so he just went with what he got. And another interesting fact, YB actually doesn't exist in the books. He was their solution to narrations in the book. I think he's such a likable character. I think he really adds a lot to the story, especially with the other YB. Now for something a little more on the spooky side. Did you know Bobimski wears a liquidator medal which reads, "Participant in the cleanup campaign." This is in reference to Chernobyl, specifically people helping to clean up after its tragedy. It's very likely he did this as a soldier because of his salutes in the film, along with his lifestyle, waking up early. Did you know this is also why he eats beets? And not because he's a soldier, but because they help reduce radiation. Yeah, it turns out they're amazing blood cleansers, so it's very likely, like many people in Chernobyl, radiation poisoning, yeah. Maybe that's why he's blue. Alright, now let's get into the chocolate bugs. I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were delicious as a kid. But more specifically, I want to go into the bug imagery used throughout the movie. They're everywhere in The Other Mother and the other world in general, and even in theming in the stories. So yes, the other mother is very spider-like in the end. You can see with her spider web, no eyes. But did you know she is also heavily modeled after beetles, specifically her clothing? They had a taxidermy of beetles actually when they were designing the other mother's clothes. So Coraline's real mother is dressed in very dull colors. Fun fact, it's actually a sock that she's wearing as a dress. It's very dirty, not very colorful, except for her red shoes. When we look at the other mother, she's wearing the same thing, but much more cleaner, vibrant. The colors are popping. Her hair is darker, more clean. She's nice, but she's also wearing red lipstick and red nail polish, along with her red apron. So we can see this red being a connection from the mother and the other mother. It's used in a way to bring Coraline comfort, and she uses this to persuade Coraline to do things when she's trying to meet her, get her comfortable for the first time, earn her trust, get her to wear the button eyes, and we can see it throughout the film. As the story evolves, the other mother's clothes also changes, which is also a really nice part of the movie. The characters' clothes are constantly changing. They have a whole wardrobe. And as we see the other mother progress in the story, she wears what she wants to wear, but she still keeps that red. And her clothes also get more bug-like, sharper, more intimidating, and more bossy. So this use of red to bring Coraline a false sense of comfort and familiarity is actually called mimicry in the bug world, specifically aggressive mimicry. And this is something insects use all the time when trying to capture their prey. The definition is described as when prey approaches potential meals by masquerading as something harmless or even attractive to their prey. This is further elevated when we see the red all over the world. And when we see it at its most colorful point, it's actually when she tries her final attempts to get Coraline to get those button eyes on her, and as Coraline's trying to win her parents back. And when she finally has enough of Coraline, we can see the red disappear in the world and it gets much more green, the opposite of red, and that's where that ends.